All right, so there are two types of market orders. There are two types of market orders. Remember what the topic we're talking about? If you're just joining us, let me just quickly go back from the very beginning so that because I can see that we have seen an increase in numbers. So let me just quickly go back so we can start all together again. So the power of pending order and how to use pending order for profitable trades. And I said this might be the most important lesson you would ever learn this month. So I want you to really pay attention and don't let this opportunity pass you by. If you are somewhere that is noisy, try to find a place that is quiet to stay now so that you can listen to every detail that will be coming out from now to in the next few minutes. Just give some time to make sure that you are in a place where you can hear me audibly. All right, and you are also able to practice all these things because we are going to be taking some trades in the course of this training. Okay, and I said for you to understand what pending orders are, we need to first understand what market orders are. All right, and we say market order are orders we use in placing our buy or our sell via our trading platform. So it's as if you are requesting to execute a buy or a sell trade in the global financial market. Okay, and I said there are two types of market orders. There are two types of market orders. The first one is called the instant or market execution order. Instant or market execution order. Some other people knows it as buying at the markets. Buying at the markets. What it means is that you are instantaneously entering a buy at current market price. You get that? What you're saying is that you are instantaneously taking a buy or a sell at current market price. At current market price. At current market price. So if you are instantaneously taking a buy or a sell at current market price, it means that you are actually executing an instant or market execution order. All right, and that is the one probably we've been doing on our own and all that. But what we want to talk about is the next one for today: pending orders. Pending orders. Okay. Now, what are pending orders? Pending orders generally talks about four major types of orders. Four major types of orders that you can use on your chart to buy and sell at a later period of time. So you're not entering instantly. What you're saying is that I want to buy later. I want to sell later. I want to buy later. I want to sell later at a stipulated price. At a stipulated price. All right. So the first one we have is buy stop. Buy stop. This order is placed above price and when price keeps going up. So if price is going to go up, we can do a buy stop above where price is to pick our trade when price begins to go up. The next one is to the buy stop is the sell stop. So the sell stop is the opposite of the buy stop. You are placing a trade below where price is. And you can see the diagram here. You can see this diagram. What we are saying is that currently price is here at this blue dot. This blue dot is where price is. However, this red arrow is what we are envisaging that price is going to do. Let me say that again. This blue dot is where price is right now. However, this black arrow you're seeing is what we are envisaging that price is going to do. We are envisaging that price is going to be going up. And this green, this green line you're seeing here is our current resistance. Our current resistance. By now, I want to believe that we understand what support and resistance is. If you're listening to me and you don't know what support and resistance is, then this lecture is not really for you. You need to attend CFTP 1 or 2 in any of our branches or on our online school. All right. So by now, I believe you know what support and resistance are. Right. So this is our resistance, and we are emphasizing that price is going to be breaking this resistance to go up. This black arrow is what we are forecasting the future. However, this is where price is currently at this blue dot. So if in this case, we could do what is called a buy stop order to take our trade at a particular period of time, at a stipulated period of time or at a stipulated price. Right? At a stipulated price. So if price breaks this point and gets above this resistance, then we can enter our buy at this point, and then as price begins to go up, you begin to make profit. As price begins to go up, you begin to make profit. Now, a sell stop is just the opposite of a buy stop. it's just an order placed below a support. So this red line is our support. What we are saying is that this is where price is, and this is what we are envisaging that is going to happen. We're going to be seeing a break of structure. Price is going to be breaking structure very soon. And so therefore, we are waiting to see what's going to happen. Like on Monday, I was telling you that gold was looking like a sell. There was going to be a break in structure, but we should be careful. The same thing for D30. And we discovered that price eventually broke structure. And when price breaks structure, it doesn't wait. It keeps going down or it keeps going up, depending on what it has broken. If it has broken a resistance, it will keep going up. If it has broken a support, it will keep going down. So you can take advantage of that momentum in price. You can take advantage of that volatility in price, and that's, that force coming from either the buyers or the sellers to really, really cash out in this market, to really, rake in some profits for yourself by using a pending order like a sell stop and a buy stop. Now, apart from buy stop and sell stops, which are generally known as stops, we also have limits, buy limits and sell limits, buy limits and sell limits. Now, don't get confused. Let me say this so that you don't get confused. Both buy stop and buy limit, both of them you are buying. Hello? Both of them, both your buy stop and your buy limit, you are buying on both orders. You are buying. Your sell stop and sell limit, you are also, both of them you are selling. But the only problem that is here is that where you are buying from and where you are selling, where you are buying from with the buy stop and where you are buying from with the buy limit is different. That's the only thing that's different here. So for the buy stop, we are saying we want to buy if price breaks a particular resistance. However, for the buy limit, we are saying that we want to buy when price comes to a support again. You see it? You see the difference? So buy stop, I want to buy if price breaks a roof, if price breaks a particular resistance and begins to shoot up, I want to enter a buy at a particular level there. But for my buy limit, I want to enter a buy if price drops down to a cheap zone or to a support. Then I will enter my buy from that support. My buy limit will be at the support. So when price hits the support and price is being supported and there is a demand pressure or a surge in demand from that zone and price begins to push back up, then I enter my buy. I would have been in that buy already. So look at it. Price is here. This is our support. This is our support, a very strong support. Price is here. If price comes to this level again, we are emphasizing that price is going to be going back to the next resistance. That this support is not going to be broken. Okay, we are saying that this support would not be broken. So therefore, you want to enter your buy limit at a particular level here. You want to enter your buy at a particular level here using a buy limit. All right. So your price is still going to come down. So you want to buy when price gets here. Price is not here yet. This is where price is, this blue dot. But you want to buy if price gets here. And as price begins to go up, you are making profits. As price begins to go up, you're making profits. However, for the sell limit and sell stop, I told you are selling on both of them. But for the sell limits, what you're saying is that there is a strong resistance above. There is a strong resistance above. So you want to enter your sell at that resistance because you know that if price is able to get to that resistance again, price is going to come back down. You know that if price is able to get to that resistance again, price is going to be crumbling back down. So therefore, you want to enter your sell at the resistance. Price is not there yet. It's moving there. So you want to enter your sell. You want to sell at the resistance using a sell limit, because if price gets there again, it's going to be limited by that resistance and it's going to be brought down. All right. So this is very, very simple, very, very convenient. And if you ask me, it's very, very powerful. How do I mean? Now, many a times you have this problem. How do I monitor price? Okay. How do I monitor price effectively? All right, so I have drawn my support and resistance, whether automatically using our support and resistance template, or you have even drawn it on yourself on your mobile phone, like I've always taught you to do during technical classes, whether online or physical class. Now you're asking yourself, how do I stay? I'm at work already. and I want to make sure that I enter a buy at a particular support. How do I begin to monitor this thing? And it gets so frustrating that, you just come after some hours, even when you have even forgotten, you just come after some hours and you discover that price has gotten into the support and has bounced back up, or price has gotten to the support and eventually has broken that support to the next support. And you feel bad because that is an opportunity that you have missed. And for the next opportunity to come again, it might take days, or it might take hours or even days for you to get an opportunity again, at for the price to get to the next strong resistance. Now, with this buy, stop, sell, stop, buy limit, sell limit, you can take advantage of price without even, spending so much time on your system or on your mobile phone, right? You can take your order without even having to monitor them. And you can apply proper risk management. And guess what? I've discovered that price moves more smoothly during the time when they are not in the market section. So for example, if you're trading Euro USD will be moving more smoothly. During the morning stroke afternoon period. During the morning stroke afternoon period, you will have Euro USD moving very well during that period. So for someone that's trading Euro USD or that wants to trade Euro USD, you could actually do your buy stop, sell stop very early in the morning around 7 o'clock, and you are good to go. Around 7 o'clock, you've done your buy stop, sell stop, and you are good to go. All right. So let's see how to do this. I want to quickly show you something. Now, let's take pure water, for example. So currently, pure water has two price zones now. We have the 20 Naira zone and the 10 Naira zone. The 20 Naira zone happens to be the most expensive price for pure water now, which is actually our resistance point, right? And the cheapest zone for pure water now is 10 Naira. So 10 Naira happens to be the support for pure water. Now, anytime price gets to 10 Naira, it begins to move to 20 Naira. Anytime price gets to 10 Naira, it begins to move to 20 Naira. Anytime price gets to 20 Naira, it begins to move to 10 Naira. Anytime price gets to 20 Naira, it begins to move to 10 Naira. So now, how would we have taken advantage of that movement in price? Now, look at this. This would have been our chart. Our chart would have been looking like this, all right? So our chart would have been looking like this. Where you have price ranging between 10 Naira and 20 Naira. So 20 Naira there happen to be the expensive zone and 10 Naira happen to be the cheap zone. Now, you discover that anytime price gets to that 20 Naira region, price would come back down. Anytime price gets to this zone of 10 Naira, price will begin to go back up to 20 Naira. And this consolidation continued in the market. There was this massive consolidation in the market. What would you have done? Now, there is something I'm about to share with you that I think if you begin to apply this particular principle on your market from today, on your charts from today, you will begin to see some exponential results. Now, it is always good when you have a major consolidation to trade in between the consolidation, probably enter a sell here, a buy here, and like that, right? But I prefer for you to use a pending order. Now, within this consolidation, within this price zone of 20 Naira and 10 Naira, you could actually be using a pending order, like a buy limit, to buy anytime price gets to this point. So what we are saying is that currently price is here now. This red candle is coming down. We know that eventually it's going to get to this point. So therefore, we could do our buy limit around this zone. Once price gets to that zone, it picks your buy and begins to move. Now, if you're doing your buy limit here, of course, your stop loss is going to be below structure. Please, I beg of you, do not do any pending order. Don't do all these things without risk management, right? Do them with proper risk management. Now, your stop loss is below your support here. Your stop loss is here because you're believing that this support is going to be holding this market for some time. So your stop loss is below the support. Now, on getting to this point, you would have picked your buy limit. Of course, your take profit would have been at the next resistance zone. If you are buying at the support, your take profit should be at the resistance, right? So while you have done that, you could actually do a sell limit too. You could actually do a sell limit around the resistance and then with your take profit at the support, and you could repeat that. Now, while you're doing that and you're making profits within this consolidation, you could actually also have your buy stop and sell stop outside this consolidation. So while you're using buy limit, sell limit within the consolidation, you could actually have your buy stop and sell stop outside the consolidation. Outside the consolidation. Now, what I like to do is this. What I like to do is to put my buy stop where I have the stop loss for my sell limit. All right, so let me repeat that. Now I have the sell limit. I have the sell limit around this level. I have the sell limit around this level, right? So my stop loss is going to be above the resistance. My stop loss is above the resistance. Now, my stop loss and for the sell limit is already above the resistance. Let's say at okay, this is 20 naira, right? So let's say at 30 naira, I have my stop loss at 30 naira. What I'm saying is that I am selling at 20 naira, but if price does not go down from 20 naira and price breaks that zone of 20 naira and gets to 30 naira, stop me out, stop my loss. Abi? However, while you are stopping my loss at 30 naira, take a buy for me using a buy stop at that same 30 naira. So once you get to 30 naira, you're stopping me out, you're also triggering a buy for me at that 30 naira. And then I also have the stop loss of my buy stop, below structure, because once a resistance is being broken, once that 20 naira zone has been broken, guess what? That 20 naira zone becomes a what? Becomes a support. So I want to have my stop loss below the support for my buy stop. You see it? So whichever way, it's either you break even in this market or you make profits. But one thing I want you to always have in mind anytime you're trading, is that don't think about your profits. Your profits should not be the first thing in your mind. What you should first think in your mind is how to safeguard your capital, how to break even on every trade, how to break even on every trade. So this is for consolidation. Now let's quickly go to the charts and let's see all these things. Let's see if we could take some trades based on this, and then I will explain more, using a live chat. All right. So let's check. Though the market is very, very, for currency trading now, the market is very, very, it's very down for all USD pairs due to the FOMC on Wednesday. However, we can still do some things. Let's see. Let me just take this off. All right. So for those that are using phone, for the sake of those that are using phone, I'm going to be doing my support and resistance manually. All right. I'm going to be using my support and resistance manually. So on Euro USD now, on Euro USD, let me quickly add a period separator so that we see what price has done so far. All right. So on Euro USD now, you could see that there is a minor consolidation going on in 1 hour. If you go to 15 minutes, that would be looking like a more of a major consolidation sort of on 15 minutes. So let me just go back to 1 hour. So in 1 hour now, you discover that on Euro US, there's a minor consolidation going on. Price is very cheap now, but there is no fundamental to drive price back up yet. So price is still waiting for the next fundamental to drive it back up, right? Due to the FOMC, the dollar is super strong, but where the dollar is right now compared to the euro is very expensive. So the euro is very, very cheap right now. And so sellers are no longer willing to sell. Buyers also are not still willing to buy. There is no surge coming currently because no new fundamental. People are still waiting for the next big news for to make a decision if they're going to sell more or if they're going to buy more. So therefore, you see this consolidation happening on the hourly time frame. Okay, so what we are saying is that in a consolidation like this, you could actually have your buy stop and sell stop above structure. So you want to draw. This is our first resistance, right? So what is going to be our next resistance? This is our next resistance zone here. And after that point, we have the next resistance zone around this point here. And after that, we have this. All right. Okay, so this is fine. because every support level here now is now a resistance zone. Every support level is now a resistance zone. So this was our support level. So this is a resistance zone. So what we are saying is that as price begins to go up, it's going to be hitting all these bus stops. It's going to be picking all these bus stops. Now, guess what? This is still a downward trend. And in a downward trend, we know the formula. We know that price would always begin to form lower lows and lower highs. Lower lows, you can see this was a lower low compared to this. This was a lower high. This was a lower low. This was a lower high. This was a lower low. And currently, price is still trying to break this, to break this last high. If price breaks this last high, we are going to be seeing some movement on Euro USD to the next resistance zone, at least up to this 1.19474. But if price does not break it and begins to go down, it's also going to be breaking this support to form a lower low. Something must happen. Hello, are you with me? Something must happen. The formula must continue. You see that price is going to form a higher high right now to break this structure of a downward trend, or price is going to form a lower low. So if price is going to form a higher high, it has to break the resistance. If it's going to form a lower low, it must break the support. And you see, what you don't understand is that, listen to me, if you are using only pending orders on your trade, you're not taking any buy now, sell now orders, it is even easier to make profits this way. Do you know why? Because every time price moves, price would always accumulate and then distribute. There's always an accumulation phase for price before a distribution phase. Now, what we are saying is that anytime you see a massive movement to the downside in price, there would always be a consolidation. It's either a major consolidation, like the one we saw on GBP USD some weeks ago. At least for the last 2 weeks now, there's been a major consolidation before the news, or it's going to be a minor consolidation in between, just pushbacks in between a trend, right? So I'm going to be showing us that later. However, for Euro USD right now, I want us to take advantage of this price. So if this was a major consolidation, we would have done our buy limits and sell limits, within this range. But this is just a minor consolidation on 1 hour. So doing my buy limits and sell limits within this point might not be too okay. All right, might not be too good, because I know that this is a minor consolidation. So it means that this support and this resistance would not hold for too long. They are not really too strong, because you can see that price has only tested it twice. Price has tested this resistance. Okay, this is the third time now price is testing this resistance. And for the support, price has only tested this support twice, right? So for you to confirm that a level is a verified level where you want to do your sell limit and a buy limit, you have to make sure that price has tested it at least 4 times, 4 consecutive times. You get? So if price has tested it 4 consecutive times, then you can be sure that that's a verified level, and you can go ahead to now begin to do your sell limits and buy limits. So we're going to look for probably an instrument that has such a movement, though it was GBP USD I was thinking we're going to use as an example, but because of the news, but we'll just go back to GBP USD and I'm going to show you what I really mean, even if we cannot take any trade. However, for this Euro USD, we're going to be taking our trade on Euro USD right now. So before I do that, let me just show us something very interesting on Euro USD that most of you missed. Most of you missed this. Now, when I started this lecture, I said I met somebody who would take pending orders, or who was using pending orders to make $1,000 every single morning. Every single morning. How was he doing it? This is what I want to show you now. Now, look at this. I told you, anytime price distributes, it would always accumulate. What it means is that anytime you see a downward movement or an upward movement, there would always be a consolidation. There would always be a consolidation. This was a minor consolidation as at Wednesday, when price moved down after 7 o'clock, around 9 o'clock. By the next day, a consolidation started in the morning before price moved further down. On seeing this consolidation, you would have entered your buy stop and your sell stop. Your sell stop would have been here. Your buy stop would have been here. You would have been targeting the next level in the market. And eventually, you would have gotten profit from the sell stop. You just go ahead to delete your buy stop. Now, when price moved down again, another consolidation happened. Can you see this? You would have also done the same thing, buy stop and sell stop. And you don't need to waste your time. Just do your buy stop, sell stop, do your take profit, stop loss for both of the orders. And you go about your, activity. You can go to work. You can, go and do something else. You just come back after some hours and discover that price has taken profit for you. Okay, so currently now price has moved down to, and this is looking like a longer consolidation in the market. So I'm believing that price is trying to struggle. The buyers are trying to struggle back into the market. There is this strength coming from the buyers, and they are trying to break the structure so that they can actually reverse this old movement back to the top side. However, we don't know if this is sure yet. This is just based on analysis. So we don't need to be sure of anything. What we need to do is to take advantage of both scenarios, whether price is going to go up or price is going to go down. So that is when you now use a buy stop and a sell stop. All right. So now to use my buy stop, I have my entry price above. I'm going to be having my entry price above this resistance zone and my stop loss within this zone. All right. And then my entry price for the sell is going to be below the support. Okay, with my take profits at the next support. So how do I get my next support? Let's go to 4-hour time frame and let's see 4-hour time frame. All right, beautiful. Let's go back in time and let's see. Good. So if I go back in time around on the 7th of April, I can see here that price actually got to this next support level on the 4-hour time frame. This was our last support level, the one that we drew that we are entering in now. Because you see, in this business, price moves from bus stop to bus stop. I keep on saying this, that if you're trading, you need to trade based on structure. All right. So now, if we are entering our sell below this level, it means our next support was actually formed on the around 7th of April. So if you go back in time now and I reduce this means that if we are entering our sell stop here, we're going to be taking our profit at 1.18616 or something before that. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Let's quickly take this trade and then we'll go to look at other examples where we can now apply our sell limits and buy limits. And if we cannot get one, then I'm going to be using probably a Fibonacci tool to help us, to generate that. All right, so now for this buy stop, I'm going to be posting the figures on the chat forum right now. I'm going to be posting the figures on the chat forum right now. All right, so let me just post the figures and I'll tell you what to do on your phone. Don't worry. So let me post the figures. On the buy stop, we're going to be entering at 1.19. So let me just do that again. Buy stop entry price for Euro USD. Euro USD, we have 1.19292. 1.19292. Good. With our take profit at the next level. Let me go to 1 hour. Sorry. All right. So with our take profit just before the next resistance. So TP for this trade would be at 1.19420. All right. With our stop loss just inside the box. So you can see the stop loss. I'm putting my stop loss below the resistance. It means if price breaks the resistance, it's going to be, don't worry, I'm typing it. If price breaks the resistance, it's going to be getting to, it means this resistance will become a support. So I want to place my stop loss below that support in case price breaks the resistance, right? So below that structure, that key level in the market, that would be at 1.19. So stop loss for the buy stop would be at 1.19023. 1.19023. So this is a very good price level for the buy stop. All right, so let's look at the sell stop. So sell stop for the same Euro USD. We're going to be entering below structure at 1.18 1.18824. 1.18824 with our take profit at 1.18684. All right, and stop loss just above structure at 1.19046. All right, 1.19046. So I've posted that on the chat forum. You can quickly take advantage of that. let me quickly join from my phone so that I can show you. For those of you that are asking me, how do you place a pending order? By now, I believe we should know how to place a pending order because that is a fundamental step if you're a rally trade client, due to the fact that most of the things we do are actually based on pending order. All right. So let me just quickly share this from my phone. Okay. All right, good. If you want to place a pending order on your phone, the first thing to do is to go to the chart. So for Euro USD, for example, this is the chart. I would click on the icon above here, this icon up here, top right corner. Can you see that looks like a SIM card with a plus sign in the middle? A SIM card with a plus sign in the middle. So once you click on that, you're going to see market execution. Remember I told you that there are two types of market orders in this business, right? There is instant or market execution, and then there is pending order. So if you click on that market execution, it's going to ask you, what do you want to use? Buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. So what we want to use here is buy stop and sell stop, because we're not actually setting any buy limit or sell limit on Euro USD due to the fact that Euro USD only has a minor consolidation. Okay, so you want to do that when you have a major consolidation in the market, when you are believing that price is going to hit a particular level, and from that level it's going to be going back up, or from that level it's going to be going back down. All right. So once you pick a buy stop, the things you need to do, I've given you your entry price for the buy stop, your stop loss, and your take profit. So you can see 3 price codes there. You have price. Price means entry price. At what price do you want to buy? You put it there. Now you can see this one at the left-hand side that is actually quoted in red. 0.00000 quoted in red. That is our stop loss level. So our stop loss is going to be inserted at this point here. All right. And then the take profit for this trade is going to be at the other side that is actually quoted in green. So this is our take profit level. And so the green one is the take profit, while this is the stop loss, and the price above is our entry price. The price above is our entry price. So let me look at our entry price for this trade. Our entry price for the buy stop is at 1.19292. Okay. I said stop loss for this trade is at 1.19420. And our take profit for the trade, okay, that should be my take profit, not my stop loss. My take profit should be 1.19420, and then my stop loss should be 1.19023. So once you click on, if you have done it correctly, you're going to see place. Place is going to be highlighted. But if you have not done it correctly, that place will not be highlighted. So if I click on place, once I click on place now, you will see the order will be showing me order has been placed, and currently it's not running. Currently this order is not running. Okay, so you're just waiting for price to get to that point. It's not running. There is no profit on it yet because price has not gotten there. All right, so you can also do the sell stop the same way. To do the sell stop, you have to do the whole thing all over again. You click on this, you click on market execution, pick sell stop, and then you just put in your figures, and that you're good to go. All right, so that's for those that are using the phone. If you're using your phone, you can just do that. Now, that is just half of what we want to discuss here today. So let's move to the next half. So we have been able to place a trade, a buy stop, and a sell stop on Euro USD. And we know that between today and Monday, this trade will be triggered and will make profits. Between today and Monday, this trade will be triggered and would make profits. All right, so let's go to GBP USD and let's see what GBP USD is doing. Like I told you, there was a massive range on GBP USD for some weeks. Can you see it? Let me show you. On GBP USD, there was a massive range around this price level for some weeks, and then that was the support, and this was the resistance. The resistance was just above that. All right, so this was also a resistance level for GBP USD for some weeks. Price was just playing around these levels before the market crashed on Wednesday. All right, for some weeks, price was just playing around those levels before we saw a crash in the market. So if this is a major consolidation, if this was the case, you would have been able to do a buy stop and a sell stop. I mean, a buy limit and a sell limit. So what we would have been doing is that we would have been buying from here using a buy limit and taking our profit around this zone, and then eventually would have been selling from anywhere around this zone using a sell limit and taking our profit. And we would have been doing this for, let me check how many days. Let me check. Let me add a period separator to this to know how many days this would have lasted. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 4 good days you would have been profiting with a buy limit and sell limit. And then eventually price would have tumbled down. And remember, while you were still doing buy limit, sell limit and all that, you still had your buy stop and sell stop above and below this structure, waiting for a breakout. So you were making money in between the major consolidation, waiting for a breakout. And when price broke out, when this breakout happened, you would have made profit from this trade. This would have given you profit, massive profit. All right. So I was hoping we could take this, but currently what price is doing right now is trying to retrace. So I want us to still take a trade using a buy limit or a sell limit on GBP USD. So let me go to the hourly time frame and let me apply a tool that could tell me where price is going to begin to retrace from. So let's insert. Let me insert a Fibonacci tool to see what price is going to do. Okay. All right. Okay, so you can see here that price currently is very far away from the 61.8 Fibonacci point. So what we are saying is that if price is able to get to this point again, then we might be looking at either a breakout from this point or price should retrace. So what should we do? Should we go for a buy? Should we go for a sell rather? A sell limit at this point? No, I don't want us to do that. So let's look for something else to actually take that trade on the sell limit and buy limit. Okay. However, for GBP USD, before we leave GBP USD, if you look at this very well, you could see that apart from this major consolidation I've just showed you now, there are also minor consolidations happening, or that has even happened. Right? There were minor consolidations that has happened, and you would have also taken advantage of price during those times. You'd have taken advantage of price during those times, during those periods. All right, so you can see this was a minor consolidation. This was a minor consolidation. If you have done your buy stop, sell stop, this would have given you profit. For this one, if you have done your buy stop, sell stop, the sell would have given you profit. And by now, you would have taken your trade in profit. Okay, and currently what price is trying to do now, price is trying to push back to the upside. All right. So let me look for an instrument that has a major consolidation. Let's check D30. Let's see what D30 is doing. Okay, good. Good. So you can see what D30 is doing currently. Yeah, but there are different points on D30 now. So D30 is ranging between these two levels. So let me not use, I don't want to use a trend line. Let me just shade this out so that we can see this. We can see what price is actually doing for D30. So let's shade this out. Okay, so all I'm doing is just inserting a triangle box. It's not hard. You can do it on your phone too. Just go to shape and look for triangle, or rectangle rather. Look for rectangle and just drag with your finger or drag with your cursor. Is the same thing. It's not hard. Okay, so this is a major consolidation on D30 currently. And from where price is now, say on D30, we could actually enter a buy instantly, but I don't want us to do that. What I want us to do is to use a pending order for this trade. I want us to use a pending order for this trade. So after we take this one, after we take D30 trade, we're going to be using our buy limits, our sell limits. At the same time, we could actually be using buy stop and sell stop up and above the structure. All right, up and above the structure. Or better still, what we can do now, what we can do for D30 now that I think we can. Okay, let's do this, guys. If you're listening to me right now, open your chart and let's do something on D30 if you choose to. I want us to enter a buy on D30. Let's buy D30. Our stop loss is going to be below this structure for D30. Our stop loss is going to be below this structure. We're going to take our profits at this zone here. However, at the same point where we are taking our profits, we are going to be doing our sell limits. So let me explain that. It sounds complicated a bit. So, but please just listen to me once more. Now, what I want us to do is very simple. Number one, we are going to be entering a buy on D30. The reason why we're entering a buy on D30 is because, as you can see, this is a major support zone for D30. This is a major support zone, and price is very, very volatile right now. Okay, so this is a major support zone for D30. And what we are saying is that if price is able to break this level, then probably we can have our stop loss here for D30. At least with 0.01, you will not be risking too much, except maybe you have a small account. If you have a small account of 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, please don't take this trade. Anybody listening to me that must take this trade now, you have an account of 200,000 and above. An account of 200,000 naira and above, you are good to go. All right, with 0.01 on D30, we could take this trade together. Now, what we are saying is that we're going to be entering a buy on D30 around this point, and our stop loss is going to be here. However, we are also going to be doing a sell limit around this zone for D30. That if price comes back to this point again, we are going to enter a sell, and then with a take profit around this particular zone. And you can see that price is going back to test this zone of support again, and it's looking as if it wants to break it. But don't forget, if you don't see price closing below this point, then this is still a major consolidation. This is still a major support. I know many of you are confused. Oh, Precious, why are you telling us to enter a buy when you are seeing a red candle? It's very simple. The color of a candle does not tell you what to do in this market. The color of the candle should not inform you what to do. What you are looking at is based on structure. I know that this is a major support. D30 is going to find it difficult to break this support. However, if it breaks this support, then my stop loss is also here to take me out of the market. But normally, it should come into this support and get rejected back to the upside, at least until a major fundamental is out for D30. And of course, D30, we should be looking at indices. Generally, they are always looking at going up than even going down. Okay, so for D30, what I want us to do very fast is enter a buy. Our take profit is going to be here. At the same time, our sell limit is going to be here with our next take profit with a stop loss. And then our stop loss for the buy is going to be here. So the first thing we're going to do now is to enter a buy on D30. So new order, I want to change my lot size to 0.01. Okay, what's happening? Okay, I'm using a standard, I'm using a pro account. All right, 0.1, it's fine. So make sure your own is 0.01. Make sure your own is 0.01. I'm using a pro account, that's why I cannot use 0.01. I have about $5,000 in this account, so that's why I cannot use 0.01. But you can use 0.01 on your own standard account. All right. So I'm going to enter buy. I've bought D30. So now the next thing to do for D30 now, the next thing to do for D30 is to set a stop loss for that buy. So I do that. How do I do that? If you're using a laptop, just double click on this green broken line. But before you do that, let me get the stop loss value. So our stop loss value for D30 for the buy we just entered now, I'm posting it already. I'm posting it in the group D30 stop loss value. I'm posting it in the group chat. D30 stop loss value is going to be at, yeah, I'm good with this. This is good. 15605. 15605.6. 15605.6. That's our stop loss value for the sales. SL for the buy, rather, for the buy. 15605.6. So modify your trade very quickly. I'm already in profits. I'm already in profits. All right. So modify your trade very quickly if you have taken that trade when I took it to a stop loss of 15605.6. 15605.6. You can quickly modify your trade. That's just part one. So let me quickly modify my own now. What I just do is that I just drag this to 15605.6. 15605.605. Yeah, this is good. Acceptance and condition, yes. Okay, let's do that again. You go there, you drag the green broken line. On your laptop, you can do this. But on your system, on your phone, you need to modify order. All right. Now, where's our take profit for the buy? Our take profit for the buy is going to be at the next zone of resistance. This is our next resistance zone. So for this buy, we are going to be taking our profits. TP for the buy. TP for the buy on D30 is going to be at 15687. 15687.8. 15687.8. That's our stop loss. I mean, that's our take profit for the buy. TP 15687.8. 15687.8. All right, so let me quickly move my TP there. 15687.687.8. Good. Now, this is part one. The reason why we are entering an instant buy on D30 is because, price has gotten to the support, and I believe that support is going to be holding price, to push price back up. Okay. Now, I'm emphasizing. That's why we have our risk management in place in case it doesn't do what we are emphasizing is going to do. All right. Now, the next thing to do is that we want to do our sell limits at the next zone of resistance, because this is a massive consolidation on D30. This is a major consolidation. Okay, so we would have done a buy limit at where price is now if price was not there. If price was somewhere here when we came into this chart, we would have just done a buy limit and a sell limit. So we are entering an instant buy because price is actually on the support. All right, so after you have entered that instant buy, the next thing to do now is to do a sell limit around this level with a stop loss and a take profit also. So let's quickly do that. A sell limit. All right, a sell limit on that level. Let's quickly do that. So we're going to be doing our sell limit for the sell, our sell limit for this sell at, so sell limit on D30 is going to be at 15741, 15741.7. Okay. Sell limit is going to be at 15741.7. 15741.7. Please, let's quickly do this thing first before we're going to have question and answer period. So you can ask all your questions during that period of time. But for now, just concentrate on what we are doing now. All right. Just concentrate on what we are doing now. So sell limit 15741.7. Our take profit is going to be at this support level if price is able to break it. So our take profit TP for the sell limit is going to be at 15687. 15687.3. TP 15687.3, and then our stop loss for that sell limit is going to be above structure. All right, stop loss is going to be at 15768.9. 15768.9. 15768.9. That's going to be our stop loss for the sell. But I believe that 15768.9 is too close, right? The reason why I believe it is too close is because price has gotten there before. And you see, D30 is very volatile. I can see some of your questions. You're asking me, why am I using a large stop loss for D30? Oh, what is this guy doing? Why is he risking my money? Well, the truth of the matter is, if you are too stingy with your stop loss, then market is always going to be kicking you out and then going in your direction. You want to put your stop loss somewhere that you know that it's going to be very difficult for price to get there. However, if price does get there, then it means price is not joking with you. It means that it's moving down. If price gets to that, take your stop loss level, then it means price is actually going down. It's not playing around. It's not just testing it, or so your stop loss level should be below a structure. All right, below a structure, so that you are sure that price is not just testing it and then touching your stop loss and then going in your direction. In those days when I used to believe that, your stop loss should be somewhere very close, don't lose too much money, I was actually losing money by the day, because it will hit my stop loss and then go in my direction, hit my stop loss, go in my direction. All right. So what you want to do is that you want to use a stop loss value that is below a structure. So this is our support, right? You can see how price rammed into that support and then bounced back up, rammed into the support and then bounced back up. So if this is our support level, then what we are saying is that we want to do our stop loss below the support level, because we don't know if this thing is going to ram into it again. All right, but if even though it rams into it again, with this level of with this level of stop loss, we can expect price to still respect this zone of support. All right, this zone of support. All right, so I've given you the values. Let me send it to the chart. I've given you the values: sell limit at 15741.7, take profits and stop loss. So from the phone point of view, if you're using a phone, I've showed you how to do this. I've showed you how to do this already. So let's just do this one together on D30. Even though I've showed you how to do this already on your phone, it's quite simple. All you just need to do is to, number one, identify D30. Go and check where D30 is. So for me, D30 should be down here. So I pick D30, the chart. I open the chart, and then I click on, I'm already on a buy, right, on D30. So the next thing for me to do is to do my buy limit, my sell limit, by clicking on this order. You can see this order page, top right corner, that thing that looks like a SIM card with a plus sign. So once I do that, it will tell me, what do I want to do? Do I want to buy or sell? I don't want to buy or sell now. I want to do a pending order. What kind of pending order? Once I click on market execution, it's going to tell me that it will bring all the 4 types of pending order I can do. So what I want to do is a sell limit. I want to sell above price, a sell limit. So I'm selling above price, where price is currently. So for the sell limit, my entry price for the sell limit is going to be at 1574. Okay. 15. Give me a minute. 15741.7. 15741.7. All right. And then my take profit is going to be at the right hand side, 15687. 15687.3, with my stop loss at 15, stop loss at 157. All right, I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I'm trying to get my 7 to work. All right, with my stop loss at 15768.9. 15768.9. 15768.9. All right, 15768.9. 68.9. All right, so you just click on place once you're done. Once you do that, your order has been placed on D30 and it's going to be waiting. Price is going to be waiting to enter into this, to trigger this trade. So on that D30, we're going to be watching for what price is going to do. If price is going to get to a stop loss, or you can see it's coming down to that support zone again now. And is going to retest that particular point again for the second time. It's going to retest that particular point again for the second time. It means, as at this period of time, if my stop loss was around that zone, it would have taken me out. So what I want to do is I want to see what price is going to do. All right. Good. So at this point now, if price is able to break above this point where price is, so let me go to my chart on the screen. If price is able to break below this particular structure, then we can be looking at doing, if price is able to break below this particular structure, then we can be looking at doing a sell limit at that point, because it means that price has actually broken structure and has started the beginning of a downward trend. And price is actually looking at going out of that consolidation level. Going out of the consolidation level. So what I want to see now is that I want to see price retracing back to the upside, getting to that point where price has gotten to before, and then retracing back down, going above where price has gotten to before, and then retracing back down. Because if a support is being broken, price will go back to test it. All right. So D30 has taken us out with our stop loss. So what we can do now for D30 to recover back what we have just missed out of this trade now is to now use a sell limit. So what we are saying is if price comes back here again, it should pick a sell for us. So I believe that price is going to come back here to this point. And then at this point, we could do a sell limit. As price is coming back down the second time, we could have our sell in place here. At the same time, you could also delete this sell limit above, or leave this sell limit if price is going to get there. Just that it's going to take a longer period of time. Since we already have another zone now, we could actually do a sell limit around this point and wait to see if price comes back to retest it and want to sell from this level. Because if we sell from where price is now, price is very, very cheap. So if you are selling from where price is right now, it means you are selling at a low. So what you want to do is that you want to wait for price to pull back. There's going to be a pullback on price. So once price pulls back, then we enter our sell from this pullback value here. All right, so please take the next level for that sell limit. So our sell limit, let's modify the sell limit. Our sell limit, place a new sell limit at 1.5 for that same D30, 1.563. All right, 1.5636, 1.5636.3. Okay, 1.5636.3. Our stop loss or XL is going to be at our stop loss or XL is going to be at 1.5664.2. 0.2 with take profits at the next zone of support. So let me just get that from the 4-hour time frame. Our take profit is going to be at the next zone of support from the 4-hour time frame. So that would be around this zone. Our take profit is going to be around this zone, 1.55568. So TP is going to be at 1.5568.1. 1.5568.1. So what we're waiting for price to do now is for price to push back up to this point. To this point, it has just broken now. And then it's going to enter your sell for you. Once it triggers a sell, we wait for price to push back down from that point, because currently price has broken structure here. There has been a break in structure. So we're going to be seeing a consistent downward movement to the downside. However, to sell here is very dangerous. What you want to wait for price to do is to actually push back up for you to enter your sell at a high. So to do that, you can use a sell limit order to take that sell at a high. All right. So we can place that sell limit order while I entertain our questions on the chat forum. Okay. So please, let's send our questions on the chat forum now so that I begin to answer those questions. All right, so is there a possibility for price hitting your buy stop or sell stop and doesn't get to your TP, rather reverting and hint your stop loss? Yes, there is a possibility. Now, the possibility is because you can never tell what price is going to do. You can only envisage in this market. So one thing you need to always bear in mind is that you have to have your risk. You have to have your risk management. You have to put your risk management in place. Make sure your risk management is in place at all times. All right. Make sure your risk management is in place at all times. Okay. So how do you delete your sell limit order? The same way you close your trade. If you're using a mobile phone, just click on the sell limit and delete it. When you click it down, you see delete order, just delete it. If you're using a laptop, Control T. When you click on Control T, you're going to see an option for you to delete, and then you can delete. All right. Oluwaseun Tajudeen, I can see your hand, so please, you can go ahead to ask your question. Okay, should we close every order that wasn't activated at the end of the day? Yes, you can do that. You can do that, but sometimes you can check your chart and you discover that it's possible that the order is still viable. For example, on D30 now, for the past 4 days, let's say you did a buy stop and a sell stop on this trade. It's possible that for in the first 4 days, it will not trigger. But today now, as we were talking just some few minutes ago, price would have triggered the sell stop and would have given you profits. Price would have triggered the sell stop and would have given you profits. All right. And don't forget, I told you Okay, so maybe I'm going to do that after this question and answer period. So let's just continue with the questions for the next 5 minutes. All right. So I have, what's the principle of using limit and sell orders? I didn't get that question. I didn't get that question. Okay, should we close okay, I've answered that. Can I just trade the candles without any other tools? Like, why not? You can. I do that all the time. I'm a price action person. I only add stochastic or MACD to my chart when I'm confused, just to get direction. You know, there are tools like a compass. When you are in the ocean and you are lost, you need to know maybe where is your north, your south, your east, your west. You can apply a tool, to get to know that. So when I'm confused or not, when I don't know where price is going, price is looking very confused, I can apply a MACD or a stochastic oscillator to tell me what price wants to do. Then I take it off. I trade my naked chart. So you can also be a trader who just uses candlestick and key levels in the market. It's fine. In fact, this what's it called? Buy stop, sell stop, buy limit, sell limits are based on key levels and candlesticks alone. Key levels. You're not using any MACD. You're not using anything. Anytime you see a consolidation, you have done your buy stop, sell stop, or your buy limit, sell limits. That's all you are doing. You're not using any MACD, no stochastic, and you are still able to make profits. Okay, you're still able to make profits. All right. All right. So pivot points in the market, and don't confuse yourself with English. We're talking about the same thing. Whether you call them key levels, whether you call them pivot points, whether you call them demand zones or supply zones, they are all levels where we are expecting price to react. We are expecting a reaction at those levels. So whatever name you give to them, we are still talking about the same key levels here. All right. So pivot points are just levels in the market, key levels in the market where we are expecting a reaction to take place. Like when price got to the support the first time, it was moved back. So this could be actually a pivot zone, pushing price to the back to the upside. But probably a fundamental is back on now that is making the stocks of D30 to become very, very, very low. Very, very low. There is a sell-off on D30 right now, and the stocks are very, very low. And so therefore, I would be also, I will be envisaging us to, after taking our sell, let's also be envisaging a buy. Because anytime D30 becomes cheap, guess what? It's a very good time for you to buy. How do you want to buy this on D30 now? You could actually apply the knowledge of your support and resistance and candlesticks. All right. So what you want to do is that you want to mark this zone as your support zone. And you are saying that if price gets to this point now, if price gets to this zone, we want to see a reaction from that zone, from this key level back to the upside. And so therefore you want to see a confirmation here, either a bullish hammer or a bullish engulfing pattern, and then you begin to move with price. All right. Why didn't you set a sell stop on the sell limit before price got structure and hit our stop? Yeah, so you can actually do that, Bernard. Thank you very much, Kelechi Bernard. Yeah, you're correct. We should have actually set a sell stop on that, but I was more concerned with price not breaking that structure because I was seeing a support. So what I wanted to do was that, okay, let's enter a buy, do a stop loss, and also do the sell limit. All right. But normally what I should have done was to do a buy, do the sell limits, do a stop loss for the buy, and also do a sell stop, for that trade. For this D30, we would have also done a sell stop at where we have our stop loss for that sell, for that buy. And by now we would have been in profit. So yeah, that was a mistake on my part. Thank you very much, Kelechi Bernard. So, but I hope you learned from that mistake anyway. Now, what can be the danger of placing orders on a resistance? I don't get that question. There is no danger of placing order on a resistance if you're placing the right order. If you're doing a sell limit or you're placing an order, okay, on a resistance. Well, yeah, a sell limit on a resistance is fine, but a buy stop on a resistance is not fine. You want to place a buy stop above a resistance, not on the resistance, above a resistance. Okay. So why didn't you? Okay, I think I've answered that question. Please, it would be nice if we have a recorded. All right. So please, this recorded version will be posted on Rally Academy, so you can get it there. Rally Academy, you can get it there. what's the difference between buy stop and buy limits? I think you can get this video on Rally Academy. I guess you came late. You can go over the video again from the very beginning. All right. So let me just take 2 more questions and then we call it a day. All right, so I'm getting a very good feedback from Olamide. Actually, Academy is a very explosive teaching, which I believe would be very useful too for many of us to gain some level of independence in trading. Of course. Of course. I also believe that that's why I'm taking my time to also teach us this. All right, one more before I go. One more. All right, so how generous should you be with your stop loss? You should not be generous with your stop loss. At the same time, you should know that you want to do your stop loss based on levels in the market. All right, based on levels in the market. You're not being generous with your stop loss. What you're doing is that you are placing your stop loss based on the structure of the market. Based on the structure of the market. Okay, so anytime you're doing your stop loss, make sure you're doing it based on the structure. So the structure is telling you put your stop loss below a support. So if you're entering a buy at a support, your stop loss is below the support, you're good to go. But not putting the stop loss above the support or somewhere close to price is actually putting you in danger. It's actually putting you in danger. Yes, there's a fundamental for D30, obviously, and that is making this price to go down this way. And probably after this class, you can check Forex. You're not going to get for it on Forex Factory. If you're trading D30, if you're a D30 trader and you're listening to me, if you want to get first-hand information on D30, always check investing.com and Bloomberg. Investing.com and Bloomberg, you're going to know why the stocks of D30 is selling off currently. And I think we can also emphasize a more sell. If price goes back up right now and price begins to come down, you could also enter your sell using that sell limit. Probably this sell is still going to last. If I'm checking it from the daily time frame now, on the daily time frame, mind you, on D30 now, on the daily time frame, price is not looking like it has broken structure yet on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, this is our structure. This is our support on the daily time frame. And I think from this level, we might be seeing a pushback up to the upside. If price gets to this level, it's possible that we might see a pushback up. But however, if we don't see a pushback up, you could actually do your sell stop, right? You can actually do your sell stop at 15495.8. So I'm just giving you a bonus. A sell stop at 15495.8 from the daily standpoint of view could be a very good level for you to enter a sell if price is able to break that support, which I'm not really sure because D30 is still on an upward trend. So this might just be a minor retracement. So, but we can never say how far this sell is going to go before it's going to come back to correct itself. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. I hope you've really learned a lot today. Give us some feedbacks. And I think we still have a trade on Euro USD still running. And I think that trade is still going to be giving us profit. What you can do is that you can enter that trade double time. If you have entered 1, you can do 2, 3, at least do up to 3 for that trade. It's possible. You can do more buy stops or you can increase your position. So, but make sure that your lot size is okay. If you have a small account, make sure your lot size is 0.01. For a big account, make sure that your lot size is not more than 0.05 or maybe 0.1. It's fine, right? And then you can increase your position on that trade because I know that between now and Monday, Euro USD is going to be breaking out and it's going to be giving us our profits. So have a wonderful day and I'll see you next time. Still remain my humble self, Precious Aurosogene.